screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to all of you. So yesterday we have seen difference between algorithm and a pseudocode. So in this we have seen that the algorithm is a formal definition with some specific properties which describes a process, and that process could be executed by Turing machine, that is Turing complete computer machine, to perform particular task. So generally the word algorithm can be used to describe any high level task in computer science, while the pseudocode is informal. The algorithm is formal, but the pseudocode is informal and human readable description of an algorithm, leaving many granular details of it. So while writing a pseudocode has no restriction of styles, but it have objective that to describe the high level steps of algorithm in a much realistic manner in natural language. Then we have seen the performance analysis. Whenever you have written any algorithm or any program, there should be, we have to check the performance of that algorithm or a program. So there are many cases to check the performance of that algorithm or program. So first case, does it work as per our requirement, or does it do what we want it to do? Second, does it work correctly according to original specification of the task? Third, is there any documentation, and that documentation describes how to use that algorithm or program and how it works? Then next, the procedures created are procedures created in a such a way that they perform logical functions or not? And last, assumption, that is performance analysis, is the code readable? Okay, these are the general assumptions regarding to find the performance of that algorithm or a program, whether it takes correct input and it gives correct output. One example I want to give, in case of calculator program. So whatever the input is given to that calculator and perform any arithmetic operation, so does it works as per our requirement? Does it work correctly according to origin specification? That is, suppose you want to add any two numbers, that is a 3 plus 2. In mathematically it gives a 5, but that program or algorithm gives a 5 answer or not? Is there any documentation that describes how to use and work of and how it works? Then is there any procedure that create such a way that to perform logical functions or not, and the code is written, that algorithm or program is readable or not? Apart from these 5 assumptions, there are again 6 performance analysis criteria. So first is space complexity. Second is a time complexity. Third is amortized complexity. So space complexity is related how much space occupied by that program or algorithm. Time complexity, that is how much time is taken by that program or algorithm for execution. Amortized complexity, that is a best case, worst case, and average case. Then asymptotic notations, that is there are three asymptotic notations: big O, then theta, and then omega. Then practical complexities, then performance measurement. These are the 6 criteria for checking the performance analysis of algorithm or program. We'll see one by one. First is space complexity. So what is a space complexity in general, not a technical? So how much space occupied by a computer for storing that program or algorithm, that is known as a space complexity. So space complexity of a program is amount of memory that needs it run to compilation, and it is some of the following components. There are two types of requirements. First is fixed space requirement and second is variable space requirement. So in general, fixed space requirement, that is integer, float, character, long, double, that is a different data types. These different data types along with array and structure. So these different data types have specific or fixed space to store that data. That is, these components refer to space requirement and it do not depend on number and size of that program's input as well as output. The fixed requirement include the instructions regarding the code, then space for simple variables, fixed size structured variables such as structs and other constants. So this is for fixed space requirement. Then variable space requirements, that is the component consists of space needed by structured variables whose size is depend on particular instance. For example, string. So in case of string, if you have given a particular size of that string, there is no need, or there is no need to worry what is a string length. But suppose you want to take string from user, then you don't know how much long that string. So the space needed by structured variable whose sizes depend on particular instant, and it includes additional space required when the function uses recursion. So variable space requirement of a particular program P working on instance is denoted by space required for that program of particular instance. It is SP of I. S for space, then P to the subscript for program and I for that instance, and it is usually given as a function of some characteristics of that instance I. So the commonly used characteristics such as The commonly used characteristics such as number, size, and values of the inputs and outputs associated with it. For example, our input is an array containing the number n, then n is instance characteristics. That is, n is only instance characteristics, and we want to use when computing the SP of I. So here instead of I, we can use n. So SP of n to represent SP of I. And we can express the total space requirement SP of any program as a SP is equal to C plus SP of I. And then what is a C? C is any constant that representing fixed space requirement when analyzing the complexity of that program. And we are usually concerned with only the variable space requirements. Then we have seen one example how much space is required for this algorithm. So what is the exact answer? Nearly about one word, because here A, B, C, these are the integers considered. There is no need to declare integer, float, characters. Okay, here A, B, C are the integers and 4.0 is float. So integers requires space is 2 bytes. So for A variable 2 byte, for B variable 2 byte, and C variable 2 bytes, total 6 byte. Then 4.0 requires 4 bytes, that is 10 bytes. And maximum then result is stored, result of this operation is in float or integer. Hello, hello, may I audible?
Yes, sir.
Then tell me what is the result of this, whether it is in integer or in float.
Float.
Okay, that result requires 4 byte, and this 2 byte, this 2 byte, this 2 byte, and this is 4 byte, nearly about 14 bytes. So maximum we can say one word is equal to 32 byte, 32 bit, that is 8 byte. Nearly about we can say one word. Okay, so the problem instance is characterized by the specific values of A, B, and C. So making assumption, we can assume that one word is adequate to store the values of each A, B, C, and result. So space needed by ABC. Here ABC is the name of the algorithm, which is independent of instance characteristics. Instance characteristics are here 3 variables, A, then B, then C, and a third variable, that is ABC, is name of that algorithm, and space needed by that algorithm is independent of that particular instance, and probably it is 0. Okay, then we have seen second example, how much space is required for this algorithm. Here addition of n numbers from the array. So the problem instance are characterized by n because there are n numbers, number of elements to be summed, that is from 1 to n. So space needed by n is one word since it is integer type. In for loop, we are taking integer numbers only. So it is integer type. So space needed by variable type, array of, suppose it is floating type and at least n words. So since must be large enough to hold n elements to be summed. So tell me, 1 minute. Okay, here okay, here algorithm sum is written. So tell me this step how many times execute, this step how many times execute. S is equal to 0.0. The cursor goes only once. Okay, then for this step how many times cursor goes. Hello, hello, may I audible? Hello, hello, may I audible or not? Whenever the execution of this algorithm starts, then control execute this step only once. Okay, then we enter next for loop. So this step cursor goes to this step how many times. First, when I equal to 1. Second, when I equal to 2. Third time, when I equal to 3. Up to nth time when I becomes n. Then once again it will go to check whether the condition is true or false, that is n plus 1th time, that is when I is equal to n plus 1. So this step will be executed n plus 1 time. Are you getting or not? Hello, hello,
Yes,
have
sir.
you? Okay, then this step executes or cursor goes how many times? N times. n
times.
n times. Okay, and for this step,
1 time.
1. Okay, do the addition of these, that is 2n plus 3. Are you getting? Hello? Are you getting 2n plus 3? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So the problem instance is characterized by n, the number of elements to be summed up. Okay, the space is needed by n is one word since it is type of integer. Then space needed by variable type of array, suppose floating point numbers. So at least n words, and since it must be large enough to hold n elements to be summed up, so space required for this algorithm, name of algorithm is sum. So space of required for sum of n elements which is greater than equal to n plus 3 for n for that array, and 1 for each, that is n, I and s. Here s variable is used, here I variable is used, and n variable is used. Okay, then we'll take same concept, addition of the numbers by using a recursive function or recursive algorithm. So the space complexity for the algorithm is, in case of sum, the instances are characterized by n. Here n numbers we want to add. If that number is less than equal to 0, then return 0. Otherwise, do the addition of that number. So recursion stack space includes space formal, and in this algorithm, the space needed for the values of n and return address and pointer. So how many times this algorithm called? So n plus 1 times, because there are n numbers, and total space occupied by this algorithm is 3 into n plus 1. Okay, then we move towards the time complexity. In general, the definition of this time complexity is the total time required by algorithm or program for execution is known as time complexity. That is amount of time taken by an algorithm to run. Okay, so as a function of the length of its input, it measures the time taken to execute each statement of the code in the algorithm. So here TOP, that is time taken by a program P. TP is the sum of the compile time and the run time. TP is sum of the compile time and execution time. So compile time does not depend on instance characteristics. Compile time does not depend on instance characteristics, and also we may assume that compiled program will be run several times without recompilation. Whenever you have compiled any program once, then you can execute many times without recompilation. And this runtime is denoted by T subscription P or subscript P. TP, that is instance characteristics, and the number of steps of any problem statement is assigned a number of steps. Any problem statement is assigned depend on the type of statement. For example, comments. For example, comments 0 step. Okay, for comments there is no step. For curly bracket there is no step. And suppose you have assigned any variable and the cursor goes only once, then it is one step. So this does not involve any call or any calls to other algorithms. So interactive statements such as while, for, while, and repeat until. In pseudo code, we cannot use do while. Instead of do while, we are using repeat until. Okay, so the interactive statements such as for, while, and repeat until control parts of the statement, and we can determine the number of steps needed by a program to solve a particular problem. We can determine the number of steps needed by a program to solve a particular problem instance into two ways. We introduce a variable, then count into the problem statement, then okay, these are the examples. Then next, the time complexity is used to determine step count of the algorithm. The time complexity is used to determine the step complexity of the algorithm is to build a table in which we list total number of steps contributed for each statement. Okay, then what is a step per execution? That is, a step per execution is amount by which count changes as a result of execution of the statement. As a result of the execution of the statement, and the input size is one of the instance characteristics that is frequently used as input size, which of any instance of program is defined to be number of words or number of elements needed to describe that instance. So, are you getting what is the time complexity? So, it depends on how much time is taken for the execution of that particular program, that is a time complexity. We will see with example. See, we'll see two examples out of them. This is the first example, addition of n numbers. The algorithm is written here. Okay, algorithm sum. Here is the numbers. Then initially s is equal to 0.0. Then for I equal to 1 to n, do s is equal to s plus a of I and return s. Okay, we should have to find the steps per execution, then frequency and total number of steps. So steps per execution, then frequency, and then total number of steps. So for line number 1, that is name of the algorithm, there is no steps per execution. For comment as well as these curly brackets has no steps per execution, that is 0, frequency is dash, and total number of steps 0. So multiplication of steps per execution and frequency, that is total number of steps for curly bracket. Okay, then step number 3, this step is executed how many times? Or cursor comes to these steps how many times? Are you getting or not? Hello, may I audible?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting what I am saying? Are you getting? How many times the cursor comes for execution at step number 3?
One time.
Okay. Then frequency of this is only 1. Okay. And multiplication of these two, that is 1. Okay. Then for step number 4, how many times cursor will come? Step of execution is only 1. Then frequency
N plus 1.
n plus 1, multiplication of these two, that is n plus 1. Then execution 1 time, step per execution. Then frequency of this
N time.
n time, multiplication n. Then here steps for execution for return statement is 1, frequency 1, multiplication 1. Here for curly bracket there is no steps per execution, then no frequency, then total steps 0. Then total addition of these 2 n plus 3. This is time complexity of these algorithm. Okay, see this table carefully. If you have any query, please ask. Did you get how to find out time complexity of particular algorithm? Okay.
Sir,
Suppose, hello.
sir, time and space complexity for this example will be same.
Yeah, it will be same. Okay, suppose I want to write a program on addition of two matrix, then how it will be right? Word main. Okay, I want to addition of this program, addition of two matrices. So here int a particular size, suppose n, size of row, size of column, suppose again n. Then this is first matrix. For second matrix, B, size n, then column size n. Okay, for storing result, third matrix, size again suppose n. Okay, then we want to declare with variables I and j. Okay, what will be the next step? Suppose you have taken n elements, n by n elements for A and for B also. Then what will be the next step? For or instead of n by n, here we write m by n. Okay, for I equal to 0 or I equal to 1, comma, I less than equal to m, comma, I plus plus, then what will be the next step? So opening bracket, for j equal to 1, j less than n, j plus plus, then next step, C of I j is equal to A of ij plus B of ij. Then bracket complete, then bracket complete. Also your main functions bracket also complete. Are you getting? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you getting what is the code is written for the addition of two matrices or two matrix?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose I want to write the pseudo code for this program. Then how it can be written? Algorithm first name of the algorithm, suppose add with parameters how many variables you have taken here? 5 variables. Okay, 6 variable, 5 variables A, B, C, M and N. Okay. Then next step, you have written for loop. For I for equal to sign, that is colon, equal to, okay, 1 to M. Then word is do. Here for statement is written like this. Then forget about these curly brackets, or you may insert, no problem. Then next for loop, for j equal to 1 to n. Then next step statement, addition of these matrices, that is C of ij. It can be written as in like this, I comma j is equal to a I j plus b I j. Then closing this bracket, closing this bracket, then closing this bracket. Are you getting? The program in C language is converted in pseudocode. Is there any query regarding this? Hello. Did you get?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Suppose I want to find out the time complexity of this algorithm. Then tell me space per execution of these statements. This is suppose step number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Space complexity of step first is 0, 0 for curly brackets and comments. Then for step 2, how many times it will execute? Okay, before that, tell me, go to the inner loop, step number 6, how many times it will execute?
N times.
N times. Okay, this executes n times. Okay, up to this part it will execute n times, and this statement
N plus 1.
n plus 1. Okay, and this statement
M plus 1. Plus 1.
m plus, okay, m plus 1. Then this statement, line number 4, C, line number 6, C executes n times. Okay, are you getting? Are you getting? Line number 6 n times. Okay, no doubt, because this we are seeing only this for loop, line number 4 to line number 7. Okay, this executes only this for loop. Okay, this executes n plus 1 time. Okay, and line number 6 executes n time. So line number 6 is the inner part of this for loop for j is equal to 1 to n. Okay, line number 6 is the inner part of this for loop. Are you getting? Hello, are you getting or not?
Yes, sir.
So here line number 6 is inner part of this for loop. That's why you have written here n, and this line number 4 you have written n plus 1. Okay, then line number 2 executes m plus 1 time, and this is the inner part of this for loop, and it will execute m times. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So here we are doing multiplication of these. Are you getting or not? See why here multiplication of m is done. We first go to the inner for loop. Okay, and in that we have seen first, which is the statement executes minimum time, that is this C of ij is equal to a of ij plus b of ij. It will executes n times. Okay, because this for loop executes n plus 1 time. Okay, but this for loop line number 4 to 7, it is inner for inner part or body part of the for loop, which on second line. So the second line execute m plus 1, and the inner part executes m into n plus 1 and mn. Are you getting or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the frequency. Okay, this part is frequency. This is not a steps per execution. This is the frequency, and steps per execution is 0 for absent and 1 for present. This operation, yes, this is operation. Then for this line number, this is 0, this is 1, then for this 0, then okay, then 1, then 0 0 0 0, then total. Do the multiplication of these two. Here 0, here m plus 1, then 0, here multiplication of this bracket into 1, that is mn plus m. Are you getting? Then 0, then mn, then 0 0 0. Okay, and do the addition of all these total. You will get how many? 2 mn's here, then 2 mn plus here 1 m and here 1 m, that is 2 m plus 1. Are you getting? Total number of steps. So we are going to see this algorithm. We'll see once again by PPT. So the time complexity for the matrix addition, the algorithm is written like this. Then steps per execution is 0 for the name of the algorithm, 0 for the curly brackets, 0 for the comments. There is no frequency, total steps are 0. Okay, only for loop and the statement within that for loop. Then see, frequency of this line number 3 for loop is m plus 1, and multiplication total number of steps is 1 plus m plus 1. Then frequency of this line number 4 for loop is mn, that is only for this. Here step number 4 is not considered. At this case, step number 4 is not considered, is inner statement of above for loop. Okay, so that's why here written n plus 1, and after consideration it is written as m into n plus 1. Multiplication of these is m into that bracket, and that is mn plus m. Then number of steps required for this statement, that is frequency, is mn. Multiplication is mn, and for this is 0. Then total is 2 mn plus m plus 1. See the code. Then steps per execution and frequency and total number of steps carefully. Did you get?
Yes, sir.
Okay, suppose one problem I have given, then you should have to find the time complexity of that problem. I will give Okay, this is the program or this is the algorithm for Fibonacci series. Forget about capital letters. Okay, so we should have to calculate the time complexity of this algorithm. Okay, tell me space per execution of these steps. There are total 16 steps. For name of algorithm, there is no space, no step per execution. Then for comment, it will be 0. For curly bracket, 0. Okay. Okay, remaining 1. Are you getting? Are you getting or not? Hello, may I audible? Hello, may I audible? आवाज ऐकू येतोय तुम्हाला? Hello, is screen visible to all of you? Hello, may I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this return is steps per execution is right or wrong? Hello, okay. Okay, what is the frequency of this line number 4? Suppose entered any number. What is the frequency? What is the frequency? Enter any number. It will test whether the number, or it will check whether the number is less than or equal to 1. Okay, so that's why here frequency is 1. Suppose entered number is less than 1, it is true, then frequency of next statement is 1. Okay, suppose entered number is greater than 1, then this else part also frequency 1, and then frequency of step number 8. Tell me what is the frequency?
1.
Okay, 1 minute. Instead of here comma, there is semi-comma. Then what is the frequency of this statement? 2, because there are two different statements. We can write one after another. So here frequency is 2. Then frequency of this for loop,
N plus 1.
see here for loop starts from 1. See here also. See here also. For loop starts from 1. That's why here written m plus 1. Okay. Here also. See here I starts from 2. See this step. So what is the frequency of this for loop? N, not n plus 1. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then frequency of this statement.
1.
No, n minus 1. These are the body part of this for loop. See here. This is line number 6 is body part of this loop. Here we have taken n plus 1. Then here body part is n. Similarly, here this statement is body part of this loop. Here n minus 1, because for loop is n. If it is n plus 1, then we write n. Then that is we reduces by 1. So here n minus 1. Okay. Here two statements. First we consider for single statement, then for next statement. So for suppose here only one statement, then what is the frequency of this? N minus 1. Okay, and there are two statements at this line. So here multiplied by 2. Okay, and execution of this statement by 1. Okay, calculate total number of steps. Multiplication of steps per execution into frequency. Then here multiplication of these 2 n minus 1 is equal to 2n minus 1 minus 2. Then here 0, then 1, then 0, then 0. Okay, what is the total count? do the addition of these 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. Then 3 plus 4,
Sir,
7.
ninth line it is N.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Then 3 plus 2, 5. Then 5 minus 1, that is 4. Then minus 2, that is 2. Okay, this is plus 2. Then number of n's, 2n plus n, that is 4n. Four n plus 3. Here once again we will calculate 1. Here 1 1 1 3 plus 2, 5 minus 1, 4 minus 2, 2, then plus 1, 3. Okay, are you getting? See the steps carefully. Okay. Did you get how to calculate the time complexity of particular algorithm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll revise from first day what we have studied. So first day we have seen what is the algorithm, who is the founder of that algorithm. That is, it is a Persian author Abu Jafar Muhammad ibn Musa al Khwarizmi in the century 9th century, who has written a textbook of mathematics, and the word has taken a special significance in computer science, where algorithm has come to refer a method that can be used a computer for a solution of a particular problem. So there are different properties regarding this algorithm. Before that, what is the algorithm, or what is the definition of that algorithm? So any algorithm is a finite set of instruction, and that it followed and accomplishes that particular task. In addition, there are some properties regarding that algorithm, that is input, output, definiteness, finiteness, and effectiveness. So input, 0 or more quantities are externally supplied. Then output, at least one quantity is produced. Definiteness, each instruction is clear and unambiguous. If we then finiteness, if we trace out the instructions of the algorithm, then for all the cases, the algorithm terminates after the finite number of steps. And effectiveness, every instruction must be carried out. Then there are 4 different areas. First area is how to devise, that is how to create the algorithm. So creating algorithm, it is an art which may never be fully automated. If you have created that algorithm, then how it validate? Whenever you have created that algorithm, then it is necessary to show that it computes the correct answer for all possible legal inputs. Then third, how to analyze that algorithm. Whenever the algorithm is executed, it uses the computer central processing unit to perform operations and its memory to hold program and data. So analysis of algorithm or performance of that algorithm refers to the task of determining how much time it will take for execution and how much memory space it will take for storage of that algorithm. Then how to test the program or algorithm. Testing a program consists of 2 phases. First is debugging and second is the profiling. So debugging is the process of executing programs on sample data sets to determine whether the faulty results occur. If faulty results occur, then correct them and then profile it. So what are the expectations from the algorithm? Algorithm should have correctness. So correctness in the sense of correct answers or incorrect answers, and what are the approximations regarding the algorithm. So correctness, that is algorithm must produce correct result even if it fails to give correct result all time, still there is a control how to often it gives wrong results. So you should have to find whether is ambiguity, that's why the algorithm gives a wrong result. And the approximations, the if exact solution is not found but near optimal solution can be found, so it is applied to optimization problem. So it is regarding to this correctness. And second is less storage resource uses, so algorithm should use less resources, that is time and space. So algorithm specification, there are 2 parts: pseudo code conventions and recursive algorithm. So for pseudocode conventions, so before that we distinguish between algorithm and program. So we can describe the algorithm different ways. We can use natural language such as English. So although if we select this option, we must make sure that the resulting instructions are definite. And second method is graphical representation known as flowcharts. But flowcharts work well only for small and simple algorithms. So in this your syllabus, most of the algorithms are written in pseudocodes, likely C language. So what are the different rules for writing a pseudocode? So first, for comments, it can be written, that is double forward slash, and continue until the end of that line. Suppose you want to give a multi-line comment, so there is comment is, if comment is very large, it is divided into 2-3 lines, then start of every line use double forward slash. Then body of the body statements of any function or any loop can be written within curly brackets, and that body is also known as compound statement. It is also known as, or it is represented by a block, and every statement ends with semicolon. Then the identifiers, that is a combination of number and alphabets, always begins with letter. The data types of variable are not explicitly declared. We have seen in different algorithms, we have not declared integer, float, characters. These are the optional. We assume that the simple data types such as integer, float, characters, booleans, and so on, we cannot declare. If the data type like structure, it can be written in compound data type format, and here name of structure. In this example, we have taken node. It is a name of structure record. Okay, in that we have declared a number of data types and pointer. Then regarding different operators, so first is assignment operator is denoted by colon and equal to. Then Boolean operator, that is there are two values, true and false. Logical operators can be written in word, that is and, or, and not. And the relational operators is written in mathematical format, less than, equal to, not equal to, greater than, equal to, and greater than. Okay, then array, in case of array, it is size of array is denoted within square brackets, but two-dimensional array, it is cannot be written two separate square brackets. It can be written in same square bracket by separating with comma, and array index starts with 0. Say these are the general rules. Then we are seeing the rules regarding loops, for loop, while loop, and repeat until. So for loop, this is first is while loop, while condition. After condition, we should have to write do, then opening bracket or body of that while loop. Then for loop, for loop, write name of that variable and assign a particular value to particular value. Then write step, word step, and then do, then body of that for loop. Then instead of do while, here we are using repeat until. Instead of do, here we are writing repeat, and instead of while, here we are writing until. Okay, then conditional statement, we are writing if condition is true, write the word then whatever statement regarding that condition you should have to write. Then if condition, then statement, or if condition, if else format, if condition then statement 1, else then statement 2. Then up to this we have seen the general rules regarding different loops, conditions, operators, comments, then data types. Now we should have to see what are the words to printf and scanf. So for printf the word is write, and for scanf the word is read. So read word is for scanf and write word for printf. So no format is used to there is no format specifier, that is %d, %f, %c, and whatever. There is no format specifier for input as well as output also. So how to write? These are the general instructions regarding to write the algorithm in pseudocode. Then how to write the algorithm in pseudocode? So first there is algorithm, then name of that algorithm, then parameter list regarding that algorithm, then the body of that algorithm. See, one example is here. Line 1 contains algorithm, then name of that algorithm is max, and then parameter regarding to this algorithm. Okay, then body of that algorithm is written. This is a second example of algorithm summation of any elements from the array. So how to algorithm specification? Out of them we have seen pseudocode conversion. The next part is a recursive algorithm. Before that, what is a recursive function? The function which calls itself again is known as a recursive function. Similarly, recursive algorithm, the algorithm which calls itself again is known as a recursive algorithm. There are two types of recursive algorithm. First is direct recursive algorithm and second is indirect recursive algorithm. So the algorithm which calls itself is direct recursive, whereas the algorithm which is called by another is known as indirect recursive algorithm. Then we have seen the concept a Tower of Hanoi in case of recursive. So it is a one example of a recursive function. So it is a mathematical puzzle. We have 3 rods and n disk. So objective of this puzzle to move entire stack to another rod obeying the following simple rules. First rule, only one disk can be moved at a time. Second rule, it consists of taking the upper disk from one of the stack and placing the top of the another stack. That is, a disk can only be moved if it is uppermost disk on the stack, and no disk may be placed on the top of smaller disk. This is the example of Tower of Hanoi. There are 3 different rods. Out of them, Tower A, which consists of 3 disks, red, white, and green. So red disk is smaller disk as compared to other 2, and green disk is larger disk as compared to other 2. So here rod A or Tower A acts as a source, whereas suppose in this example we have taken C tower acts as a destination and Tower B acts as a auxiliary tower. Auxiliary means supporting tower. So we want to move the disk as it is from tower A to tower C. So there are steps, only one disk move at a time, and larger disk cannot be placed on the top of smaller disk. So we execute first disk moved to the tower C. Only one disk can be moved. Then second disk moved to towers B. Then from towers, now tower C acts as source and tower B acts as destination. So this red color disk is moved from C to B. Then tower A acts as a source and C acts as a destination. So green colored disk moved from A to C. Now B acts as a source and A acts as a destination. So red color disk move from B to A. Now B acts as a source and C acts as a destination. So white color disk move from B to C. And now A is source and C is a destination. So this is my required output. This is the program code for Tower of Hanoi using a recursion. This is the algorithm. Then we have seen what is the difference between algorithm and pseudocode. So algorithm is a formal definition with some specific characteristics that describes a process which would be executed by Turing machine to perform specific task. Generally, the word algorithm can be used to describe high-level task in computer science, whereas the pseudocode is informal and human readable description of an algorithm, leaving many granular details of it. While writing a pseudocode, there is no restriction of styles, and its objective is to describe high-level steps of algorithm in much realistic manner in natural language. Then today we have seen the performance analysis. There are 5 general steps. That is whether the code is readable, whether the algorithm perform as per our requirement, does it works correctly as per our specification. If there is any documentation regarding this, then how to use it and how it works. If there is any procedure in such a way that they perform logical operations or logical functions or not. These are the general instructions regarding the performance analysis. Apart from these, there are 6 different steps to check the performance of a particular algorithm or program, such as space complexity, time complexity, then amateurized complexity, then asymptotic notation, practical complexities, and performance measurement. Out of them, we have seen 2 complexities, space complexity and time complexity. In general, space complexity is how much space is used to store a particular algorithm or program, that is a space complexity. And there are 2 parts, fixed size variables or fixed size components and variable size components. So fixed size such as integer, float, character, or different data types. Variable size, that is depends on instance, that is a structure, that is string, function, recursive function, whatever. And the time complexity, in general, how much time is taken by the program or algorithm for execution is time complexity. We have seen the 3 examples how to calculate the time complexity of a particular algorithm or program. Okay, is there any query regarding this time complexity or space complexity? Hello, am I audible? Is there any query regarding to calculation of time complexity or space complexity?
No, sir.
Okay, then from tomorrow we will see next complexities. Now we will stop here.